the introduction to Chinese and Japanese cuisine. China and Japan have a long-standing cultural interaction, particularly in the realm of food. Chinese food culture significantly influenced Japanese cuisine, which has evolved by incorporating regional elements to create distinct flavor. Modern advancement in science, technology, and the internet have brought China and Japan closer, increasing communication and cultural impact. Despite the cultural exchange, regional variation in Chinese food reside in a highly diverse cuisine. Chinese culinary traditions encompass a wide range of flavors and textures, from the bold taste of Sichuan cuisine to the refined delicacies of Cantonese cuisine. Both Chinese and Japanese cuisine use rice as a staple, but they differ in ingredient selection, cooking techniques, and seasoning approaches. Chinese food incorporates sauces like oyster, hoisin, and soy sauce, while Japanese cuisine frequently utilizes soy sauce, mirin, and sake. These are some examples of Chinese and Japanese cuisine. The history of Chinese cuisine. Chinese cuisine has ancient origins stretching back thousands of years to the Neolithic era, when rice cultivation and early cooking techniques began. A crucial point occurred during the Zhou dynasty, shaping regional cuisine and laying the groundwork for Chinese gastronomy. Across different dynasties, Chinese culinary traditions evolved significantly. The Tang dynasties saw the proliferation of the tea culture, while the Song dynasty played a crucial role in culinary arts by introducing sophisticated cooking and diverse cooking methods and diverse array of ingredients. The 13th century Mongol invasion brought lamb and dairy to Chinese cuisine. The Silk Road played an important role in exchanging spices and flavors, enhancing the richness of Chinese culinary offerings. Later, Ming and Qing dynasties further influenced and shaped the landscape of Chinese cuisine. China's expansive geography fostered diverse regional cuisines, as exemplified by the unique flavors, techniques, and ingredients of Sichuan, Cantonese, Hunan, and Shanding cuisine. Next is the history of Japanese cuisine. Japan's culinary history is shaped by geographic isolation, with early influences drawn from China and Korea. The Yayoi period marked a crucial moment, introducing rice cultivation and establishing the basis for a diet centered around rice. Buddhism's introduction to Japan from China in the 6th century had a significant impact on dietary practices, leading to the promotion of a vegetarian diet by monks and influencing Japanese cuisine. During the medieval period in Japan saw the rise of kaiseki, a multi-course dining style. Plus, the samurai class played a role in the development of sushi, where rice and fish preservation techniques were influenced by the needs of quick consumption on the battlefield. During the Edo period in Japan, Edo-made sushi flourished, featuring fresh fish on the top of small rice balls. This era also witnessed the widespread popularity of tempura and advancement on sake production. The Meiji era marked modernization in the introduction of Western influences in Japan. Following the World War II, Japan embraced global culinary trends, resulting in the fusion of traditional and international flavors. Both Chinese and Japanese cuisine have evolved through countries, shaped by historical, cultural, and social changes, resulting in the reach of the diverse culinary tradition we appreciate until today. Topography of China. China has a diverse topography with a lofty plateaus, large plains, rolling land, and large and small lakes surrounded by lofty mountains. China's topography is diverse, with highlands in the west, plains in the east, and three-tier structure. The Qinghai Tibet Plateau forms the highest tier, featuring peaks and valleys and lakes. The second tier is the area with basins and highlands, such as Turpan Basin in Xinjiang, which is the lowest depression in China. The third tier is the rolling hills and plains with elevations below 500 meters, extending eastward from the Greater Hingan Range to the Yunnan-Guizhou Highlands. For the topography of Japan, there are three-quarters of Japan is covered by mountains, a result of plate tectonics involving the Pacific Plate, Philippines Plate, and also Eurasian Plate. Japan is the summit of massive underwater mountains, making it appear as the highest mountain in the world. Japan has over 40 active volcanoes experiencing frequent seismic activity, with more than 1,000 earthquakes and tremors annually. Flat areas are rare due to the mountainous origins, with only 5 major plains, such as the Kanto Plain. Japan rivers are short and rapid, with only 2 natural and deep water pots.
There is 5 methods of cooking in Japanese cuisine. The first one is nama, which is referred to the raw ingredient. This is used to prepare both food intended to be eaten raw, like sashimi, as well as decorative display of knife work often seen in traditional Japanese cuisine. The method of nama also refers to the skillful use of a knife to cut ingredients into a form that is easier to eat. It is the foundational skill and perhaps one of the most distinguishing feature of Japanese cuisine. The second one is niru. Niru is shimmering. Niru is the precise skill of shimmering ingredients until they are perfectly tender and at their peak of flavor. This can be either in a dashi broth, another seasoned liquid, or even water. The third one is yaku. Yaku refers to the method used to grill ingredients. This includes cooking ingredients over an open flame, as well as saute or shallow frying in a shallow pan with some oil. For this method, time and heat control are two key elements. The next one is musu. Musu is a method used to create a number of Japan dishes, from main course to side dishes and dessert. It involves the process of cooking through steam. It's usually in a pot with cover lid, but bamboo basket are also used. The last one is agaru. Agaru may be familiar method in Japanese cooking due to the popularity of tempura. It is the use of oil and fat to deep fry ingredients at high temperature. This method is often used because of its ability to cook ingredients very quickly without losing any of this natural flavor. The prominent food ingredient and flavoring that always been used in Chinese cuisine. First, soy sauce. Soy sauce is the king of all sauce for Chinese. This use of soy sauce in Chinese cooking is as important as it is salt and pepper in Western cuisine. Soy sauce is probably the first ingredient most people think of when it comes to Chinese food. However, there is often confusion over the difference between light and dark soy sauce. Light soy sauce is thinner and saltier than the dark sauce. The dark soy variety and is typically used in a small quantity as a light seasoning or dipping sauce. Second is cooking wine. Chinese use cooking wine for cooking meat, poultry, seafood, and eggs. During the cooking process, alcohol helps to dissolve the organic substance in the dishes, and a small number of volatile ingredients in the cooking wine interact with the food to produce new flavor and reduce fishy and greasy taste. Cooking wine usually are not for a drink, since a lot of them contain spice and flavor. The well-known cooking wine is produced in Shaoxing area. The last one is Zhenjiang vinegar, also known as Chinese black vinegar. Zhenjiang or Qinjiang vinegar is made by adding acetic acid and bacteria to rice or a grain like sorghum or wheat. The result brings a toasty smoke flavor to many dishes in Chinese cuisine. There is 5 methods of cooking in Japanese cuisine. The first one is unama, which is referred to the raw ingredient. This is used to prepare both food intended to be eaten raw, like sashimi, as well as decorative display of knife work often seen in traditional Japanese cuisine. The method of unama also refers to the skillful use of a knife to cut ingredient into a form that is easier to eat. It is the foundational skill and perhaps one of the most distinguishing feature of Japanese cuisine. The second one is niru. Niru is shimmering. Niru is the precise skill of shimmering ingredient until they are perfectly tender and at their peak of flavor. This can be either in a dashi broth, another seasoned liquid, or even water. The third one is yaku. Yaku refers to the method used to grill ingredient. This includes cooking ingredient over an open flame as well as saute or shallow frying in a shallow pan with some oil. For this method, time and heat control are two key elements. The next one is musu. Musu is a method used to create a number of Japan dishes from main course to side dishes and dessert. It involves the process of cooking through steam. It's usually in a pot with cover lid, but bamboo basket are also used. The last one is agaru. Agaru may be familiar method in Japanese cooking due to the popularity of tempura. It is the use of oil and fat to deep fry ingredient at high temperature. This method is often used because of its ability to cook ingredient very quickly without losing any of this natural flavor. The first cooking method in Chinese cuisine is boiling. Boiling used throughout many cuisine. Boiling is considered the simplest method to cook Chinese dishes. A quick method, the ingredients are washed and cut, then submerged into boiling water or broth. Once fully cooked, drain the ingredient immediately and then serve with seasoning. Vegetables are the most common ingredient to prepare in this form, as you can cook them to your desired texture, hard or soft. The next method is stir fry. Perhaps the most common method of Chinese cooking is stir frying. A quick and simple method. All you have to do is chuck the ingredient in a wok and cook on high heat for a short period of time. Due to the short cooking time, vegetable or other ingredient will keep most of the nutritional value, and stir-fried meat is often juicy and tasty. The third one is braising. A method that is slightly more time-consuming is braising. However, it is certainly worth putting in the effort. The technique involves adding seasoning and ingredient to a small amount of water or broth to either a wok or saucepan, then boiling it together at a high temperature. Afterwards, simmer at low heat for around 1 hour or longer. Braised chicken with mushroom or braised beef with potato are perhaps the most well-known dishes cooked in this way.
Different region of the Japanese. First is Kyushu. Kyushu famous for a pleasant climate, delicious alcohol called soju. Example for the well-known food is champon, ramen noodles, who use pork, seafood and vegetable ingredients. Second region is Okinawa. Okinawa famous for crystal clear water. Food that famous in Okinawa is squid in soup, which is called ikasumi jiru, a black soup that get from the squid ink. Next region is Kansai, some of the Japanese most popular cities. Food that has been famous in Kansai is grilled octopus ball called takoyaki. Takoyaki made from the butter with diced octopus. It cooked in a special pan with circular mold and served with the takoyaki sauce and mayonnaise.
The different region of the Chinese cuisine is the first from Sichuan cuisine. Sichuan originated in southwest China. Sichuan cuisine is the most popular cuisine in China. Sichuan dishes are famous with its spicy and hot flavor and red color. Sichuan chefs prefer seasoning like berries, pepper and chili, garlic and broad bean paste, which is the soul of Sichuan dishes. Hot pot is the most popular Sichuan dish in China and is the first choice when dining together with friends. The next one is Cantonese cuisine. Cantonese cuisine is welcomed by people around the world and it is a representative Chinese cuisine. The cooking method of Cantonese dishes are always complex, flexible and creative. Most Cantonese dishes taste mild and fresh, preserving the natural taste of food material. The food material are extremely rich, which include poultry, bird, seafood and land animals, and also various vegetables and fruit. The last one is Zhejiang cuisine. Zhejiang cuisine is often lightly seasoned with appealing appearance. Zhejiang cuisine chefs prefer fresh food material like seafood, freshwater fish, and vegetable in season, and they are extremely strict in the selection of raw material. In addition, Zhejiang cuisine is well known for its variant cooking method, and frying is the most frequently used.
Japanese and Chinese cuisine have different general characteristics. For Japanese, first is seasonality. The selection of flavor and ingredient is influenced by the changing season, creating a dynamic flavor. Second is freshness. One of the main characteristics of Japanese cooking is the use of premium and fresh products. Third is the cooking method. A variety of methods such as yakimono, mushimono, ajimono, and nimono, raw or lightly processed material, have been highlighted in the sushi and sashimi. Next, for the Chinese cuisine, first is 5 tastes. The 5 basic flavors of Chinese food are said to be balanced: umami, bitter, sour, salty, and sweet. A well-cooked Chinese meal frequently aims to balance this flavor. Next is family style dining. Chinese meals are often served with a family style, with a variety of dishes placed in the center of the table for everyone to share. Third is soy sauce and oyster sauce, are key condiments in the Chinese cookery, giving a variety of food richness and savory flavor.